Hey guys, so it's not been that long since my last update. Today is the 6th of July, but I thought let me do this part 2 video, and I have a couple of things to update you on since I last did my update and I came back from Goa. Okay, first thing is, when I was watching back that video while editing and posting it, I realized there are a couple of things which I missed to mention somehow, so I'll catch you up on those things first. One of the things is I am planning to add protein to my diet in a more like in terms of food. Okay, I'm not going to take protein supplements or anything like that, but with the amount that I'm running and the amount of physical activity that I want to do, I do feel the need, especially when I'm rigorous and consistent with running regularly, and I'll tell you why I'm prefacing that. So when I'm rigorous and I'm going every single day for running, I do feel like my body is not getting enough fuel, in the sense that your body needs protein to build. It's not like I'm building muscle or anything, but when you're running so much, you need that kind of fuel. So I am planning, as a vegetarian, it's going to be difficult. I'm not going to consume any meat, and I generally don't consume any meat. If I was someone who ate chicken or meat or something, it would be relatively easier to add protein, but as a vegetarian, there aren't too many options. As someone who also doesn't eat paneer, by the way, so paneer is supposed to be a good source of protein, which I don't consume, and I don't consume meat. So I am going to be using pulses and soya, like soya chunks basically, in my diet. So that's something I'm going to be working on, and once I start regularly consuming it, I don't mind sharing recipes and stuff. Right now even I'm in the phase of figuring it out, but that is something that I did forget to mention, because it happened last month. Like, I discovered that okay, I need this, and I'm going to have to add this. I haven't done it yet because since I came back from Goa, the first week I had a lot of cold, a lot of cough, and I was not very sick, like not bedridden or anything, but I was pretty sick, which is why I was sleeping more and I was not able to get up on time to go for my run in the mornings, because that's when I can do it. I can't do it in the evenings because of how late I come from work. So because of that, because of the cold, I was basically off for a week, and then this week, which is the second week, I have gotten back into it, but I'm also missing out on few of the days as compared to before, where I was trying to be very consistent and do 6 days. Sometimes it was 5 days also, but like this week, if I go today, it will be my 4th day of going. So second week has been a little bit inconsistent, but it's still better than the previous week, and from the upcoming week I have to go regularly again, 6 days a week. I want to say 5 days, if not 6, but to be honest, we're going to aim for 6, right? I need to get back into it. Now, when I was in Goa, I was not really eating completely clean. I mean, you can eat what you get, right? So when you're with friends, you can't be on like a diet, I won't eat out, this, that and all. You can't do that. It's not your own home, right? So that is why I when I did my before and after of my weight, even though I was going very regularly and I saw the results in my physical appearance, but in the weight there isn't much of a difference, because I was not eating very good that time, and right after I came back from Goa, I weighed myself. So all the weight that I put on, like I lost the weight before I went, then I put it back on in Goa, and then when I came back, you don't see a significant before and after difference, but I can tell you I see the difference very clearly in my in the way my clothes fit. So I don't think I mentioned this in the last video, but my jeans fit me way better. My trousers are now loose on me, to the point where when I probably repurchase my trousers, I'm going to size down basically, because the trousers I'm currently wearing are pretty loose from the stomach region. So my stomach region is my main area where I want to see the difference, and I'm finally seeing the difference. So it's very motivating to see that, and eventually I want to see my thighs also I want to see the difference there as well, because those are the two main areas where I really want to see the difference. And I do feel like even the chest region, around the waist and everything, like everything is basically shrinking all together at the same time, and that is very, very motivating. So in terms of those aspects, I think that this month and a half-ish has been really, really good, but you don't see the difference on the scale. So there is that. Now in terms of the difference I want to see on the scale, I had told you in the first video, like in the previous video basically, that I want to eat pizza only once a week. But in June it happened to work out that I ate pizza twice, one in Goa and one prior to that. So definitely not what I wanted to do. So that is why I'm going to be more strict on myself this month. I'm not going to eat pizza this month to kind of compensate for the 2 pizzas that I had last month. And also I will be abstaining from pizza till I reach my goal of 70. You saw the weight that I was at, and I have not weighed myself since. I don't want to make it a regular thing to keep weighing myself, so I'm going to stay away from weighing myself for some time. But the next time I want to weigh myself, I want to be closer to 71 or even 70, like 70 point something is also fine. But once I hit 70 or when I go into the 60s, that is when I will let myself eat pizza again. If you didn't watch the first video and you don't know, by the way, please watch all the videos in the order. I should have mentioned that earlier itself, because that way the journey will make more sense to you. Like if you won't watch the previous video, I'll have to repeat everything again the second time around, and that will be redundant for people who've already watched the first video. So I don't want to make these videos too long. Also, I want the updates to be like very short and concise. I'll try to keep them as concise as possible. So pizza is one of the things I love the most in terms of food, and that is why and obviously there is cheese, there is maida, all those things. So that's why I'm abstaining from it, because if I consume too much of it, then obviously I'm going to put on weight and I will not be able to reach my goals. So we're defeating the purpose completely. Now another thing that I forgot to mention earlier is I have been doing this for a while, not just recently since I've been focusing on my weight loss journey, but prior to that, I want to say since last year actually, I have been fasting once a week. So when I say fasting once a week, I mean I eat only one meal a day. So for anyone who eats 3 meals a day, you still have to eat 1 meal a day, so skip 2 meals. In my case, I eat 2 meals any which ways, so I will be skipping 1 meal, and I prefer to skip my lunch versus skipping dinner. I don't feel comfortable going to bed on an empty stomach, so it's much easier to skip lunch, and then for dinner I'll have 1 meal. So I do that once a week. I've been thinking about this since a while, that I might go up to doing this twice a week instead of once a week. So for someone, when you first start doing it, you see a lot of great results, but once it becomes a habit, like it's become a habit for me now because I've been doing it since last year now, you don't notice that much of a difference in your overall weight basically. So you have to keep that in mind. If you are someone who is having 3 meals a day, and say you're at X weight, when you do it for the first couple of months, you'll see your weight drop down. But then once you drop down to that weight, you will not drop down further, is what I'm trying to say. So if you are starting your weight loss journey now, it is one of the things you can start to do, because I feel like it is the easiest. At least it was pretty easy for me. Like it's become easier. It was difficult for the first couple of weeks for sure. I used to feel very hungry during the daytime, and even in the night when I used to come home from work, I used to be like, I need to reach home ASAP because I'm feeling super duper hungry. But now it's almost like it doesn't really bother me anymore, and it could be part of, you get used to it. And the other thing could also be that my work has become more stressful than it was before. So when my work was less stressful, it could probably bother me more. But now that my work has become more stressful, I don't get so much time to have lunch any which ways. So it doesn't bother me so much if I'm not eating lunch one day, you know what I mean. So yes, that is that. So far, that is all that I wanted to update you on, these three main things. I will keep you posted in the weeks to come. So gotta go now. Bye. Okay, hey guys, now it has been 2 weeks, I think, since the last clip. Exactly 2 weeks. I filmed it the Sunday prior to last Sunday, basically. So I have a couple of updates to give you on that. One thing that I mentioned to start off with in the previous clip was that when it comes to consuming protein, I would be consuming something like soya chunks, basically. So that is something I got recommended through a friend, and I can tell you now, I have been consistently eating soya chunks, Nutella, whatever you want to call it, basically, for pretty much the entire 2 weeks. I want to say it could be a little bit more than a week, not a full 2 weeks. I think I should ask my mom. She would know exactly when I started, but I've been really enjoying it. Okay, that is the first thing I will say. I have eaten soya chunks Nutella as a child, and then I didn't eat it for years, and now I'm eating it basically boiled with like some spices etc to it. It's pretty basic. You don't have to add any vegetables or anything. I mean, you definitely can, but what I'm consuming it is in its like raw form, but then boiled with some spices, like just to add taste basically to it, and I've been really enjoying it. If you want me to share specific recipes, I'll have to ask my mom to basically compile something and share. Maybe I can put it in the description or something in a future video as to what steps she follows to make it. So yes, that is one thing. And also I was thinking about adding like a flavored protein powder. Now, I didn't know there were as many options available in the Indian market, but there actually are. And when you think of protein powder, the first thing that comes to your mind is basically that black dabba of like whey protein. That's not what I'm talking about. That is not what I'm going to be consuming. I was looking at other options online of like meal replacement, and I'm saying that in air quotes because what I'm going to consume is not going to be a meal replacement. I drink cold coffee every single morning. So if I'm getting like a flavored protein powder, it's going to either be vanilla flavored, chocolate flavored, something like that. I'm going to add that protein powder into my coffee, and that's going to be an additional source of protein. So like for example, if so I was told again by a friend that when you're consuming protein, you can't just eat the same protein every single day. You have to switch it up a little bit. And for me, I am also someone, if usually I'm doing something like I'm eating the same thing consistently every single day for a long period of time, I can eventually get bored of it. The only exception is dal chawal. I never get bored of dal chawal, but I'm not quite sure how regularly I will be eating Nutella, soya chunks, etc. And if I do get bored at some point, then having protein powder as an option basically to go back and forth would make sure that I don't get bored of it super quickly. It's the same way with like beauty products and skincare also. If I'm using the same product over a period of time, I'll eventually at some point get bored of it. So it's the same thing here as well. So I will probably buy protein powder at some point, either end of this month, beginning of next month, something like that, and add that into the mix as well. And when I do, I will obviously update you as to which protein powder I am using, whether I like it, I don't like it, maybe I don't know. I could even review different ones, like which ones have a good taste, because to me that's very important. Like if it doesn't taste good, we are gonna have problems. So yeah, that's why I'll probably go with either a chocolate flavor or a vanilla flavor, something like that, and we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I'll add it to my coffee. Now, speaking about the past 2 weeks, I also want to update you that I have been really very consistent with running, and it's not just about going for a walk or going for a run every single day. It's also about what I'm accomplishing in that run. So earlier I was basically doing 3 rounds, like I said, but I used to run in bits and pieces. It was not consistent. Now I'm basically doing a 50-50. So I run half the time and I walk half the time, which is as good as it's ever been. I've never been able to run so much consistently, when I'm out for a workout or a jog or a run, whatever you want to call it basically. So That's a new milestone which I've hit in the past 2 weeks, and I'm so glad. I obviously want to at some point like reach a point where I can literally run for the entire 3 rounds and then come home. Like that would possibly be the goal. At some point I might even increase the number of rounds. Like now I'm doing 3 rounds because I have only that much time, but if I have more time I could also do 4 rounds. Like on the weekends when I go in the evenings, I do 4 rounds also sometimes, but the 4th round is usually just walking. So at some point I want to increase the number of rounds when I have time, and I also want to run more compared to how much I'm walking basically. So that will come at some point of time, but right now this is where we are at. And my 4th and final update would be something that it's a personal goal and it's a personal accomplishment, and I think I shared this in the first video, that I want to eventually fit into my clothes, specifically my trousers and pants, which I used to wear back in 2019. And over the years, like it's been 6 years now, ever so often, like not ever so often, I would say maybe once or twice in a year, I try to put those pants back again, like wear them again basically, and see if they fit me or not. And every single time they have never fit me. I can barely pull them over my knees because it's mainly the thigh region and the stomach region which has grown over the years, right? My calves, I don't think have changed much. So for so long I have never been able to pull those pants up my knees. And recently, I think this was 3 or 4 days ago maybe, I was I was just like, let me put those pants back on again. And I don't mind inserting photos of those pants on the screen, but I'm going to insert the photos that I took that day, where I can wear the pants, okay, but I can't button them up because the stomach region, even though it has reduced a lot over the past year or two, like what it was a year or two ago versus now, but it's still not at that point where it was in 2019. So I can't button the pants, but I can still wear them completely. So that is a very big achievement, which means that all this running that I've been doing in the past 2 months has reduced my thighs, which is something I am really happy, glad and proud to say that I've been able to do this. So yes, that is all the updates for this video. Okay, also I gave you all the good updates. Let me give you the one bad update as well. It's not a bad update, it's just not a, like, I'm not seeing progress basically. So the scale is not improving that much. Like the numbers on the scale are barely reduced by like a fraction, like not even a full kg. So I told you in the last clip that I won't weigh myself that often, and I don't weigh myself that often, but a couple of days ago I did, when I wore the pants. It was the same day basically. So I weighed myself first. I didn't see a great progress on the number on the scale, but then I put the pants on and the pants fit me. So I was like so happy that I almost forgot that even though the pants are fitting me, but the number on the scale hasn't reduced. So I am still somewhere like in the 72 range basically. And like I told you, I want to be closer to 70. In fact, I want to be lower than 70, at least for now. That's my short-term goal, and then my year-end goal is still the same, that I want to be somewhere close to 65. But yes, for now the immediate goal is 70. So for that, I still need to work at the same pace. I need to work hard for sure and be consistent. That is something I have not been very consistent if I look back on the entire month overall. But recently I'm getting back into the rhythm of being consistent, and I just need to keep up with that. Apart from that, also, how do I put it? So this is something I've noticed on my own, and I don't know how accurate it is, if it's scientifically backed, or is it just something that I don't know. So it's not factual evidence, it is just my anecdotal experience. So usually, say my weight is 72, okay, when I am close to my period or when I'm on my period, I feel like my weight increases, and it's not got to do with what I eat. It's not like I am binging a lot during my period. It's none of that. So I don't know why I feel like my weight increases a little bit around my period, and then like a week after my period is done. Like for example, if I finish my period on the 20th, by 25th, 26th, that kind of thing, if I weigh myself again, it's like whatever 1 or 2 kg I put on during my period time. And again, I don't know if I'm putting the weight on or what it is, but in those couple of days, my weight is back to being 72 again. So I feel like that is my real weight, and then around my period my weight increases and then it goes back down again. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's factual or not. I'm just saying this is something that I have experienced, and it's not just 1 month, it is multiple months in a row where I have tracked this and I have found that this can be the case. So that is why I also have to be very careful of when I weigh myself, and I usually try to do it when my period is either done or when I'm still a few weeks away from having my period, basically, which is kind of the same thing because you're supposed to get your period like once in a month. So yes, that is just some additional bit of information that I wanted to share. And again, if anyone has experienced the things which I have experienced, if you want to share your experience in terms of some of these things, please let me know down below in the comments. The entire reason why I'm doing these videos is to basically exchange this kind of information among us. So yeah, please share that in the comments. I will probably conclude this video after my period is done this month. I'll wait for a week and I will probably update you on my weight if at all I make any progress. Hopefully at least I reach close to 71, if not 70, once my period is done. And I'm due, by the way, any day now. So yeah, I'll probably wait a week or so, weigh myself towards the end of the month, maybe beginning of August. I'll share that, and then I will compile all these clips and post the video for you guys to watch. So there is that, but that's it for today, and for now I'm gonna go. Bye. Okay guys, it's been exactly 2 weeks since the last clip and I have weighed myself. 72.6 is my weight in June, and then 71.30 is my weight today. Today is the 4th of August and I weighed myself and I'm pretty happy to see that I've reduced 1 more kilo. And this is, keep in mind, not being consistent with running. I was doing it for like 2 weeks here and then 2 weeks off because of being inconsistent or because I was on my period, etc. But I'm going to get back at it, and I hopefully want to reach my target weight, that is 70 kgs. That's my short-term target for now, before my birthday, which is exactly a month from now.